10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Nice to be back, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, where are you from? Mr. In more baklava.
They say that a joint stream is kind of like riding a bike. You never really forget exactly what you're doing. It has been a minute, though. I would ask how you're doing, but I already know how you're doing. Why don't you tell Chad how you're doing?
I'm doing good. It's a Disney stream.
Exactly. Nessa, welcome back to the channel.
Thanks. It's been a while. Man, it's been since way before we started planning the wedding. So, like first quarter of last year.
It has, well, I can tell you exactly when it's been.
So I'm glad to be back. Glad we're making this a thing again.
And you have a new alias, do you not?
I do. Well, since the last time, I have my own side gig now, Ever After Adventures, which is part of Mainstream Travel. So I am planning vacations, not just Disney Universal, even though that is what I'm focusing on, and SeaWorld, but I can plan basically anything, anywhere. So, however, I am obviously focusing on Disney and Universal, and that's why we're here.
Which reminds me, I forgot something.
You did. You forgot your hat.
I did. That's okay. We can fix that.
Yeah, Jason has to put his hat over his hat because it just doesn't fit.
Yeah, it doesn't go over my 6 head. Garrett, a.k.a. Sully, you're absolutely right. We have got to play some Warzone soon. Just as soon as I work up the motivation to play some Warzone, because yikes. What we've got for you tonight is something that's actually a little bit different than the usual fare on this channel. As you can see, we've got our standard ranking system here. I don't know why I'm pointing at it, because you can't see me point unless I point the right direction. I don't know. I'm always confused. Left and right. I'd make a terrible weatherman. We are going from worst to best of Disney Magic Kingdom attractions. And there's probably going to be some hurt feelings in this one, because just being a classic isn't enough for it to be good.
No, and I have some opinions that I think are not going to be as well liked. So
they're going to be spicy.
They probably will be spicy. And the nice part is this is a series because there's 3 other parks we have to cover. So
that's right. And that's not even including West Coast stuff or international properties, which obviously we haven't really been to.
Can't really rank those. Haven't been there yet.
No. We can We could see how cool they look. That's about all we can do, though.
Well, some of the attractions do carry over to Disneyland, though. Some of them are the same.
Garrett, which ones you been to, brother? And I don't know why, but for some reason, I'm just sitting here like an absolute amateur with no music going. Like it's day one. And by the way, the verdict on how long it's been since our last joint stream was June 27th.
It's been a while.
It's been a metric hot minute.
Well, that's because when I got serious about actually wedding planning.
Yeah.
So, with the honeymoon, too, you'll never guess it.
It was Disney. So I was thinking of naming this stream "How to Remove Your First Copyright Strike," because Disney is notoriously stingy with their properties, which I get. They've got a brand to uphold. I guarantee you something that I play tonight is going to piss them off. We probably already did it with that intro. I've probably already got a copyright claim on this thing. Matter of fact, let's find out.
Oh, well.
Let's spin the wheel of destiny.
It is what it is.
No restrictions as of yet, but the video hasn't technically published. So, more to follow on that later. So, floor is yours, Nessa. Where do we start? We go left or right? We go alphabetical order? We go random? We just pick the one we think is the coolest?
I think we go random, but let's get some things out of the way here. So there are a few things on here that we have not done the last 2 times that we've been here.
At least not in recent memory.
Yeah, in recent memory. So I'm going to take the Enchanted Tales with Belle off of here. That's going to have to be cannot rate. And as of currently, it's not even an available attraction because none of the meet and greets are a thing.
They have been sort of modified.
Yeah, I'll say at least not what they used to
be.
They're
definitely not the up close, kids hugging the characters meet and greets they used to be. It's more of like a staged photo.
Like a hey, see you in a distance.
Matter of fact, we don't have that flash drive handy, do we? So I could start trying to queue some stuff up while we're talking.
I do over at my desk.
Okay, we'll grab it in a bit. Let's see, some of the characters we ran into. We ran into Mary Poppins over at Epcot, right?
We did. We seen the Cheshire Cats, or not Cheshire Cat, the Tweedledee and Tweedledum we saw.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we did.
Who else did we saw?
Mickey and Minnie on a couple of occasions.
I saw Hook.
Yeah.
Hook was one of mine. I don't know. We didn't see a lot. There really weren't a lot of characters that were out during that time.
Oh, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, I have a link. That's what I'm trying to pull up. I don't even have to grab the flash drive. So, yeah, it's been a little different with obviously COVID, but I think they're slowly trying to bring back the meet and greet, so that's a good thing.
Be a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
I did like that little topiary there with the Tres Caballeros.
Right? All right,
Yeah.
hold on.
It's got to be close, right?
Oh,
there
here we
we
go.
Ta-da.
Now you can just look at them as you need them.
Okay, so obviously, being a Disney vacation, we took pictures, lots and lots and lots. And
There's over 700 photos here.
maybe too many pictures.
Oh wait, there was one.
Yeah, I saw a couple of the meet and greets.
Yeah.
There was one there.
There you
The
go,
bear.
Winnie the Pooh. I forgot about him.
Yeah, so they kind of have you off at a distance here. Whereas, like, they try and set it up so you can usually get a pretty decent shot. But it's not quite
It's not the
the old
same.
up close and personal meet and greets that they used to do. So Universal Studios Hollywood, that's also a classy place. That's one of our favorites.
It is.
And especially, so you were there about 5 years ago. So a lot of the stuff that
It's
we
changed.
like, it has changed, but not in the last 5 years.
Well, in 5 years ago, so since then,
There's
because we
new
were there
coaster.
4 years ago, so there would have been
The Velocicoaster.
no, that's Universal.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Oh,
Universal
sorry,
Studios
Universal
Hollywood.
Studios Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Jurassic Park stuff has changed. So
Mm-hmm.
Velocicoaster, which hands down one of the best roller coasters I've ever rode in my life.
For those of you that
100%. If you are a roller coaster fanatic, you need to ride the Velocicoaster. It has midway through the Velocicoaster, when you're playing Mario Kart, like when you hit the little arrow, the little speed arrow that makes you launch faster, it has one of those midway through the ride. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. It launches you from like 0 to 50 or something like that immediately, and then by the time you hit that speed, that little speed pass, you're down to like 40 and it launches you back up to 70.
like this thing, it looks like it's absolutely cooking, and that I would have enjoyed it for the first 30 seconds or so.
Oh yeah, you would have hated it.
Yeah. I love roller coasters right up until I don't, because I love them, they do not love me back.
Yeah, it's about to go through the
So you got the little
launch.
you got the underwater.
right here. And then like you actually feel yourself pushed back in your seat again.
This would have got
Just
me
for
right
this
here.
drop.
Just that negative G right there. Feel your stomach coming out your ears.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend to a friend and
that-
their friends.
Yeah. So this one's new. As far as like a lot of the other mainline attractions, there aren't a lot of new things there. The Fast and Furious ride is relatively new, and I cannot thumbs down that one hard enough. Like, the concept isn't bad. It's just the fact that they took all the new Fast and Furious property stuff, which I think, frankly, is kind of dumb. All the over-the-top splody shoot spy stuff.
The best part of the Fast and Furious ride was walking through to get to the
queue
ride
line,
because
100%.
the ride itself was bad. It was not good at all.
I'd say
they
one
had,
out of 5.
They had potential to make that ride actually pretty good, and they completely bombed.
They
on that.
They squandered it for sure.
They did.
Anything else new over at Universal? Because I think a lot of the City Walk properties are all the same. The Harry Potter stuff's been there for a while. Although they did add... When did that...
Which one, Hagrid's? Oh, he's typing. Watch out, everyone.
All right, so... That one
Oh,
came
it
out
was
right
the
before we got
Forbidden
there.
Journey.
Which one was the Forbidden Journey? That's... the Hogwarts one.
I don't know, but I did not ride any of the Harry Potter stuff this last time.
I wish...
Mostly because the last time we were there, one of the Harry Potter rides made me feel nauseous. And I don't normally get motion sickness, but I thought that was...
Maybe they updated it.
They probably updated it because
'Cause
we
that's-
rode
that's not
Forbidden
new.
Journey
The last time.
and that is
Yeah.
definitely the one that was making me not feel so hot.
So the one that you were watching, Garrett, was Jurassic World Velocicoaster, which is new within the last, what, like 18 months there?
Yeah.
Give or take. That's brand new attraction. Anything cool about like the queue line or sort of the immersive experience, or is it just straight up ride?
It's pretty much straight up ride. Like there's a couple of, we'll say dinosaur bones, like, but it was pretty much the ride. And if there was some queue stuff, I missed it because I did single rider.
Yeah, you went.
Yeah, I went single rider right to the front because I knew Jason would not be able to ride this ride. So
No, like I said, I love roller coasters. Roller coasters do not love me.
So
That being said, we did ride a couple of them while we were at the Disney properties.
we did.
Yeah, Expedition Everest and a couple
I
others.
also feel though like the roller coasters on the Disney property are a little tamer when you're comparing them to Universal, because Universal is more of like it is more of a thrill. Yeah,
Sure.
it's more adult oriented, more thrill.
I mean,
Versus, not that the roller coasters at Disney are not good. They definitely are.
no, they're well designed and
they are a little bit tamer. Because if you put Velocicoaster even next to like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train,
it's
even
not
if you love roller coasters, like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, you have like a 1 out of 10 chance of vomiting, but Velocicoaster, it's like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, it's definitely scaled up for Universal when it comes to the thrill rides. I mean, even like when you take, was it Rock and Roller Coaster over at Hollywood Studios?
Yes, at Universal. Oh wait, Rock and
No,
Roller Coaster. Yeah, you're
that's
talking about the
Aerosmith
one. Yeah,
Which I haven't done that one either, but I think you did, right?
I did.
Yeah.
It was alright. I do prefer the rocking, as far as the rocking roller coasters go.
Oh, the one
at Universal, which is Rock Ride, Rip It? I don't remember. But you can pick what songs you want. So you can decide if you want to listen to a country song or you want to listen to a rock song or a pop song. I listened to Motley Crue. I feel like that was the best soundtrack to listen to while you were on the ride.
I feel like if you're not listening to Motley Crue on a roller coaster, you're messing up. Okay.
Oh,
they're listening to Chemical Brothers. Get Busy Child. That is Chemical Brothers, right? Crystal Method, I was close. Same fucking thing. So as far as the ones that we're going to have to kind of like sideline for this ranking list, we have the meet and greet with Belle.
Yep.
We also have... What was the other one?
I feel like there was one more.
There was one more.
The
train.
The railroad.
Which hasn't been a thing.
Yeah, it hasn't been a thing for a little bit. Did we ride it when we went with the kids? We didn't ride it when we went with the kids either.
I'm not even sure if it was up then.
I don't think so. It is coming back, though. There's been some teasers. So the train will be back very shortly, I believe. So, all right. So what do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
I'll tell you what. Ladies' choice.
Okay.
Which one do you want to rate? And then we can savagely beat each other.
Oh, this is going to be good. Okay.
The rest of the people haven't shown up yet, so you're going to have to fight yourself. I'm sorry.
All right. So I'm going to pick something on the tamer side. I'm going to say... All right, the teapots. Here the teacups. Here's my thing with the teacups. I like them. Obviously, Alice in Wonderland is one of my favorites. However, you can't go anywhere without riding the teacups. Like, teacups is just a thing.
And
I feel
pretty much every theme park has
some sort of teacup ride. So
hell, even different Disney properties have different versions of the teacups.
Yeah.
Like the ones over at Hollywood Studios, the Buzz Lightyear ones.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say ride it once.
Definitely iconic.
It is iconic.
That was one of the attractions that opened the park, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not gonna crap on it. It is a good ride. I do like it. The kids seem to love it way more. But for me, it's a ride once because I think if you go to the park and you've never ridden it at the park, you should ride it at least once. But if you are someone that goes back to the park continuously, it's not
gonna go back
I have to ride this ride while I'm here.
That being said, you stop by next door and grab yourself a
Cheshire cat tail. Oh.
For those of you that aren't in the know, that's kind of what we exist for.
We're foodies when it comes to Disney. Like, yes, obviously we want to ride everything, but I just want to eat everything. I want to eat all the things.
Get a load of that.
Oh, DFB.
Yeah, imagine that. This website right here, if you're looking for more great information, AJ and the gang over at dfb.com or disneyfoodblog.com or DFB Guide on YouTube, absolutely top-notch content.
We love their stuff.
Especially with staying current with policy changes, new foods, new attractions, new hotels. I cannot overstate them enough, and I tried desperately not to rip off their thumbnails, but they're actually so iconic that it's really hard not to.
Before I started doing this travel planning thing, Jason and I would
Binge
watch
the
for
shit out of
like
them.
days all their videos leading up to all of our vacations. I wouldn't even say days, I would say weeks and months. Like, there was
In
a
some
period
cases,
of
a year.
time where Jason and I, like, every single day were watching some sort of video by DFB. So we absolutely love them.
I would call
AJ,
them,
we love you.
if you're here for some reason, you're the GOAT.
You're not, but if you ever find this video, we love you.
And please don't sue me. So, yeah, talking about the teacups, I would say this is the highlight of the teacups right here, is the snacks.
Agreed.
What's up, buddy? And absolutely slamming. So we're going to move on to something that we definitely enjoyed quite a bit more on both of our last trips. As a matter of fact, the last trip that we did, we hit this attraction twice in the same day, and it was different both times. It's the laugh floor. Not inspired by, a direct IP extension of Monsters, Inc. and Monsters University. This basically takes place after the end of Monsters Incorporated, and rather than harvesting the screams of children, it's now onto the laughter of children. And they have moved on to harvesting adults as well. So they've set up this purpose-built laugh floor, almost like a factory set, in the human world, and they use your laughter to power their world.
And is a lot of your laughter, especially if you are that guy.
Mm-hmm. That guy gets called out every time, and everybody knows that guy. Like the guy that wears like entirely too much like Japanese-inspired DBZ stuff everywhere he goes.
I wish we have to start sitting in the back because I want them to pick you as that guy.
You think they would pick me as that guy? Or is it always the guy in the back?
It's always a guy towards the back. That's what I'm saying. We need to sit towards the back so you can be that guy. So that guy is someone that they always pick out of the crowd. They're constantly putting the video on them. So there's some joke and they'll be like, as long as you're not that guy over there. And there's something that always keeps tying back to that guy.
And the best part about this attraction is the fact that this is completely improvised. Like, these are actually mocap suits. These are people behind the scenes being live motion captured and live interacting with the crowd. So, like, say, for example, they put a mic up to somebody's face, they ask them a question, they give a really off-the-wall answer. You'll see the character get uncomfortable and try to think of a response. And it is just absolutely delightful.
It is. So when we went last time, we went during the day, but we also did the
holiday
Christmas,
one. Mm-hmm.
the Mickey's Merriest After Hours party. So
Which
it was
was worth every
completely
cent.
holiday themed. We were not sure. It's the first time we did one of the extra parties. We weren't sure. It is a little bit more, obviously it's more expensive. We loved it. Hands down, would pay it again. Would buy it for the whole family, even though it was a little bit expensive, but
Oh, yeah.
we loved it. And I think the bonus was you could walk on literally every ride.
I think the longest wait that we had was for Seven Dwarfs, and that was, what, 20 minutes?
20 minutes as compared to, actually, let me see, I could probably tell you right now.
I think generally it sits right around
It's
an
at
hour and a half,
90
2
minutes
hours.
right now.
Yeah.
90-minute wait time, we waited 20 minutes.
Which,
and yes,
yeah, we'll get to that one.
I have the app up. I actually use this app on a regular basis, even when I'm obviously not at Disney.
She plans a lot. She's a planner.
I know, but sometimes I want to, I don't know, I'm just curious, like throughout the day or like I did that for a little bit leading up to our honeymoon where I was constantly checking the app to see like, hey, wonder how long that line is.
So where do you think this one, and I'm actually going to change a little nomenclature here. Since these aren't just rides, we also have, sit-down attractions, that kind of thing too. Ride isn't necessarily the right word. So we're going to change that. I would throw this probably an A-tier experience.
I would too. I love this. I feel like everyone should do it at least once and maybe multiple times because it changes every single time.
Every single time is a completely different experience. Even if you know some of the jokes that are coming, the way that they pull them off, it's still absolutely charming.
And the crowd can submit their own jokes.
I forgot to mention that.
Yep.
They can. You text, and it rotates depending on where your group lies in the queue, but you actually text in basically your best dad joke or whatever to this phone number, and they will process it and make sure obviously you're not throwing out anything that you shouldn't, but they'll work that into the routine, and it's actually pretty damn funny.
Yeah, I enjoy this. It's almost top tier for me. Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Next up on the hit parade.
All right, so I'm gonna hit these low balls again. Mm-hmm. I'm also gonna throw the Magic Carpet Ride down there because same reason. I mean, it's a good ride.
It's just sort of a one-dimensional experience.
Pretty. I like the area that it's in at the park. But it's the typical rotational ride that moves up and down. It's not like...
While we're at it, we might as well get these out of the way.
Oh, Dumbo.
I feel like we can throw this one up a tier just because...
We'll bring it back down. We'll talk about why... No. Move it all the way down. We'll talk about why that needs to go up to It's Okay.
Okay. And then there was also Barnstormer, which is in the same category.
Okay. So here's why I think the Astro one should go up to It's Okay. I agree with this, but this is why this one's a tier above. Is because you're way higher up. So you have to take an elevator. It's
basically like you... So the idea behind this ride, it's your typical go up to the platform, get in, spinny spin for 3 to 5 minutes, let you off, and you go. The difference between this one is sort of the immersive element of the fact that it's sitting on top of the entrance to the People Mover, is it not? Or if not, it's right next door.
It's right next door.
But it's sitting about 60, 70 feet up in the air, would you say?
Probably. It's
maybe
at least
a little more.
2 stories for sure.
So getting you to the attraction, you actually go into an elevator, which is styled after a missile launch gantry, which I think is just kind of a top tier touch. Like you kind of saunter out of there like it's the right stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that little bit of immersive element alone sort of sets it apart from its peers. And that's why they're in the ride once and this one's all right.
Yeah. And you can see a lot of the park from up there too during the daytime. Mm-hmm. So, and at night it's a totally different experience because they have the lights and the...
Yeah. So. And it has changed over the years. Like they've definitely updated the facade. What the hell is that? There's dropping dishes up there.
So I agree with that. I agree that's a tier above the rest.
Another one that I would put into okay, and this one's going to be a bold pick here, even though I enjoyed it greatly, we rode it twice, is the People Mover.
I like People Mover, though. Okay, so I agree. It's not S tier. It's also not almost there. Maybe not pretty cool. I agree it's okay. So here's my reasoning, and then we'll discuss your reasoning. I enjoy this ride as so we rode it twice last time.
Once during the day, once at night.
Yeah, so I enjoy it because it's a slower paced ride. Like you kind of go through, you are going through some of Walt's ideas and how things were supposed to look. And it's a slow Right, you can look down on some of the other rides in that area that
Like you
kind of
actually
get a
drive
glimpse
through
into.
Space Mountain, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, so I like it because it's kind of, you can see some of the inner workings and the way that where it is now. You can actually see where they're building the Neutron ride. It kind of dips back in that area.
They did do a really good job of sort of screening that area off too, because you didn't get to see much, but you did get a glimpse of what was going on behind.
Yeah,
the
but you
curtain.
had to be on the People Mover to see what was happening back
Correct.
there. So, but I like it because it's very quick. That line queue is so quick
5
because
minutes.
it's a constantly moving line queue that you're
The only
not even there. Even when that line is long, because it was long one of the times, but it was constantly moving.
I think the biggest reason why it was long is what I'm going to bring up as one of its pros is the fact that it's a great way to quickly get out of the rain.
True.
For those of you that haven't been to Florida before, it rains like a mofo on 0 minutes notice and then stops. It is the freakiest thing you'll ever see. If you're not from there, you don't expect it. And this is a great way to avoid that because the lines are so short. And most of the queue area is covered. So if you bring a poncho,
and if
you're
not,
good.
people make it covered because they all stand under part of the ride pieces and like.
Yeah, the only thing that you really have to worry about is that sort of like continuous escalator kind of thing.
Yeah,
Getting all wet, but they usually do a pretty good job of keeping it dry.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So I enjoy the People Mover. It's probably, if I was gonna classify it as a young person or an older person's kind of ride, I would say definitely.
If you're going with teenagers, they're not going to
care. They're not gonna care. But I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to see some of those other things that are going on and just kind of relaxing because you don't have to. You just.
It's sort of a
sit
chill
there
little
and
peek
ride
behind the
along.
curtain, you know?
Yeah.
So what's next on the hit parade?
Okay. Well, I am going to go for. All right, here's going to be another one that I'm going to also throw up. See, and this is me being an oldie.
Okay, boomer.
For me, I enjoy the Carousel Progress.
Okay, so for those of you that aren't in the know, the Carousel of Progress, and this one's kind of a weird one, in a good way though. Carousel of Progress is sort of an off-the-wall experience. What this is it's literally a rotating, basically a drum theater. And the seats are moving, the theater is not. And every couple minutes, it finishes a scene. And I'll fast forward to show you what that's like. Of animatronics and music and lighting and different effects and things like that. And it moves throughout history and into the future in some cases. Matter of fact, I think this is supposed to be more or less modern times.
It is, but we're way past that time.
Yeah. But it's an interesting take on standard theater. And the fact that I don't know, what am I trying to say here? It's a really unique take on the sit-down attraction. You're never going to find anything quite like it.
I agree. I enjoy it. It has a nice storyline to it through progression. It is the Carousel of Progress of what, Walt thought to be the family life progressing through time. I enjoy it. It's a nice...
It's also a nice way to break from the sort of hectic schedule that Disney
of the
often
rides.
enforces on
Of the rides. Yeah, I agree.
Between trying to make your next Fast Pass or Lightning Lane or Genie Plus or Disney Plus or whatever the heck they call it this week.
It's Lightning Lane.
The situation, as they say, is fluid. Yeah, Carousel Progress, it's okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, that's not a ride once. Like, I would ride that. I mean, I wouldn't ride it multiple times a day like we did for People Mover, but I would ride it probably every time I go there. It's not, to me, like the teacups where I feel like, okay, I already did that. I did that. I did it once I'm done.
It is that sort of X factor that wow element that kind of brings you back.
Yeah.
So, this one's going to be a bit of a spicy pick. I loved this one as a kid. I don't necessarily care for it so much as a grown-up. And I think it needs a makeover. And they have the IPs in place to do that. And that's the Tomorrowland Speedway. I would put it somewhere between Ride Once and Why Is It Still Here? It needs an update. What do you think?
I think that's fair. Here's what I see with that one. And yes, you're right. It does need an update. I don't think they will update it because I feel like what they would update it would be almost in the Hollywood Studios area, because you could 100% turn this into like
A Cars experience.
yes, like Disneyland has the Cars experience.
Which I kind of want to do that. That looks awesome.
So I feel like, yes, it 100% could be updated to a Cars attraction. However, the Cars attraction wouldn't necessarily fit in over at Magic Kingdom. I think that's more of a Hollywood Studios. So I don't know that that would change. But I do agree. It just needs some updating, but...
Now, obviously, you wouldn't have the sort of theatrics, the sort of, like...
No, but you could update those go-karts to look like Lightning McQueen and
the other characters.
Yeah.
I don't think this
Sally,
needs, like...
and I don't think it needs, like, this type of level of Cars attraction, but I think you could update those go-karts to be...
Definitely. And at the very least, spruce up the ride with actual, like, themed scenery as opposed to just trees and bushes.
I agree.
So the question is, by the way, I really want to try this one. The question is, where does it go? Do we throw it in Ride Once as well? Because I feel like Why Is It Still Here is almost disrespectful. Like, I don't see a lot of attractions going into that.
I think here's the thing for me. I know we have it as an option, but I don't really think anything's going to go in the Why Is It Still Here. There's reasons why everything is still there, in my opinion.
Problem solved.
So I would put it in the Ride Once. At the end of the day, to me right now, the way that it is, without any changes, it's go-karts. It's
go-karts on a stick.
Yeah.
So for those of you that haven't ridden this one, this is your typical like theme park rail driver simulator. Something you give the kids so they don't crash like an actual go-kart. It points them in the right direction. They bounce off the rails, and it's okay.
Yeah, it's a Ride Once for me. Now, if they change it, if they made it like a Cars kind
that could
of
go
thing,
up a tier or two.
I would change it. I would 100% probably move it up, but as is.
Maybe we'll come back here in a couple of years and see what's what.
Well, see, and I say no, like the update would have to be in like Hollywood Studios, but they are putting Tron over there, and Tron to me, I wouldn't necessarily put in Magic Kingdom either.
No, not really. Unless I guess it kind of fits in with Tomorrowland, but you would think of that more like the traditional thrill ride sort of thing.
Well, and to me, Tron would almost fit in with some of the rides that are at Epcot versus.
Yeah, I would have thought that it'd be kind of like Test Track.
But that's where they're building the Guardians of the Galaxy ride,
which I can't wait for either.
So,
I think this is their first delve into the Marvel themed rides, is it not?
Yes, because they couldn't.
Up until this point, they had a universal agreement with Universal Studios.
Well, yeah. So the reason why you couldn't find any of those like Avengers type rides or anything like that in Disney was because Sony owned the rights to Marvel for the longest time. So when Disney took over parts of those, because it has happened in bits and pieces,
Spider-Man.
Anything east of the Mississippi, and that's literally how it is written, basically. Like, east of the Mississippi, Disney could not have any of those rides
Properties.
with properties within their parks. That's why even they have an Avengers store, but it's not in the park. It's outside of Disney Springs.
And it's actually a very small store too, which surprises me.
So that's just been how it is. However, Guardians of the Galaxy has kind of separated from that because Sony never had any intentions to do anything with that. And Disney had already taken over Marvel at that point. So there are some flaws in it. And there was a point where the part of the contract ended. So that's why they're doing it now. But they couldn't for the longest time. That's why Disneyland was getting all of the hero stuff way before Disney World.
Like the Avengers campus and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which I kind of want to go to the one restaurant with, I can't remember if it's like Pym's Laboratory. where
Oh
all the
yeah,
different
with
foods
the
are,
big like the
comically
big stuff.
either oversized or undersized.
Yeah, it's Pym's Lab.
Yeah.
But if you go in the Disneyland app and because yes, I haven't even been to Disneyland since I was little, but I still go on the app all the time. If you zoom into the Avengers campus thing, you can see a teeny tiny Groot on one of the balconies. It's actually hilarious. But all of the apps except for the Disney World one, if you go in, like Disneyland Shanghai has like a stormtrooper on a roller coaster. His arms are up. Are you looking at the...
I'm trying to pull up the menu here.
Yeah, view menu. Oh, they might not show it.
All right, that's kind of a shame. Let's see if we can...
Yeah, do images. Oh, there you go. There's the pretzel.
To give you guys an idea of what we're talking about here, we're talking like a comically oversized, we're talking like Ant-Man, like embiggening and shrinking things. So we have like a giant chicken sandwich with like a tiny little bun and slaw. We have a gigantic pretzel, which that's not even really shown to scale. That's about yay big. Like, we're talking monstrous pretzel.
Yeah, it's all like, look at this slice. I think that was the French toast. Like, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. I love it.
It's just sort of really like creative takes on a lot of classic dishes, which always gets me going.
Look at this. I want this.
Yup.
Huh.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, so that's only at Disneyland, though.
What the heck is that?
I don't know.
That's cool. I don't know what it is, but I want it. So we just did the Speedway.
Okay. I'm
your
going to
next
throw
take?
another one up here. And you can laugh at me. This is going to be a hot take on this one. I'm going to put the Hall of Presidents into It's Okay. I got a couple reasons why. First of all, it changes every 4 years. It changes, 4 to 8 years. It all depends. That being said, if you're with a bunch of kids, they should totally watch it. At least once.
For one of two reasons. Either they're going to learn something or they're going to nap.
Well, that's the other reason. That's the other reason I'm putting it in It's Okay instead of Ride Once is because we saw it last when Trump was in office when we were there with the kids. And then Biden's been in office since we've been here for this last one. And the whole thing is the exact same thing with the exception of up to the very end. There's a quote by the current president and that president animatronic. So the whole thing is the same. If you've seen it once, you've probably really seen it with the exception of whatever that quote is. But this last time, I was so tired because we were in Magic Kingdom all day. And then we were doing the Christmas thing at night. And that goes till 1 o'clock was it 1 o'clock? Yeah.
It was somewhere around 1 o'clock.
Till like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, let's go to the Hall of Presidents so we can watch that. And really it meant, let's go to the Hall of Presidents so I can take a nap.
So we can sleep through all the educational stuff, you nerds.
I was awake for like maybe the first 2-3 minutes, and then I dozed off all the way to the very end when they had the flags on both sides, and then I started to wake up then because I was tired. And I don't think you should sleep through it every time. You 100% should not. You should at least watch the whole thing through one time. But if you're tired and you've already seen it before, take a nap.
If you need a good place to get out of the heat, there you go.
Oh yeah, because it's dark in there and it's like temperature controlled.
It's almost borderline cold.
Yeah.
In a good way though, because again, Disney properties on both coasts can get hotter than holy hell in the summertime.
Yes. Yeah, so that's probably a hot take. Some people are probably like, "Oh no, don't watch that." But
Yeah, this is how you can tell we're dorks right here. Certified dorks.
I like the quote unquote old people rides.
And they call me boomer.
I'm just saying, like, it's nice sometimes to just take a step back and chill out. And if I have to take a nap in the Hall of Presidents, then so be it.
Next up, I'm going to go with a newer ride.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw this either in Almost There or Pretty Cool. And that is the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger experience.
Oh, I do like that.
Let me grab, if you want to talk about that for a second, I'll grab some footage right quick.
So, the Space Ranger experience, you have a gun, you have a shooty, and there's different I think we have a picture too in the honeymoon thing of us on it. So you get to shoot different. It's like playing a video game. You have a shooter, you shoot different. What am I thinking about? Like the knockdown
Targets.
carnival target sort of thing. And you get points. You compete against the person that you're with. I beat you, I think, on this one, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
And this one is this the one with the pool trigger, or is that the other one? I'm thinking of the other.
You're thinking of the Toy Story Mania.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the only picture that we got for this one was of Buzz himself.
Oh, I thought it had a picture, or was that the other Toy Story one that we got a picture of us?
It might have been the other one.
Yeah, it was one of the ones that was from them. So, here, are you gonna?
The other Toy Story ones were up here.
Yeah, so I like it. No, there's an actual. Hold on. Go through this a little bit faster. Yeah, we have one where we're actually right.
There we go.
There we go.
So this is kind of like a lot of those rides where you go past the little camera and it shoots a picture
Yeah.
and they sell it to you for $49.95.
When you shoot the little Zerg things, those are like your targets, and because that's the thing, you're basically in the video game that
From Toy Story
that
2.
Rex is constantly playing, where he's trying to destroy Zerg. You're basically Rex trying to play that game. You're trying to destroy Zerg.
And
See
these
all
are
the
different, like
Zs?
little arenas.
Yeah, I like it.
It's colorful. It's fun. It's got a gift shop at the end, so it's a Disney ride.
A themed gift shop.
Mm-hmm. I dig it. We got new friends in chat.
Oh, we
Verb,
do.
Slam, Stacy. Good to see y'all.
Which ears, Verbal? Which ones do you like? Jason's or mine? Mine are the 50th anniversary ones. They're fairly new.
Are we doing any spoiler alerts with the ears, or are we keeping that in pocket
Which
for
ones?
future episodes?
Oh no, we're gonna save each future episode. We have ears
Good.
for each episode.
Play it close to the vest.
So, I went with the 50th anniversary ones today.
And I've got a very special surprise when we do Hollywood Studios.
Jason has my Coco ones, Dia de
Los Muertos.
So, where did I get? I didn't get those in Disney though. I feel like I got those at the
Maybe
Disney
at the store.
store
Yeah, you probably got them on sale.
around Halloween.
She goes crazy for the semi-annual sale.
Yeah, if you've never been to the semi-annual sale and you're a Disney fan, go to the Disney outlets. It's like right after Christmas, and then the other one's in July sometimes, but you already have those Disney outlet prices, and then they mark that stuff down. So
Sparkly.
mine are very sparkly.
Those are nice. Tell them about the bougie ones.
Oh, they have some
The 50th anniversary
super
ones?
bougie 50th anniversary ones that are like $750. Like, that's a heck no. I love Disney, but that's never gonna happen. Well, I say that, but I wouldn't buy ears. I wouldn't spend that money on ears. Oh, right there. You're pulling them up. Oh, that's the big hat. It's the gold
guys.
up one.
Up that one.
To the right. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Nope. No, thank you.
Those are the bougie ears right there.
The full crown cap ones are 1,000, and the other ones are 750. Never. Never.
Good Lord.
All right. Well, since there's new people in the chat, let's recap super quickly. We have put almost there to almost S tier is Mike's
Mike
laugh floor,
laugh floor.
which is hilarious. Highly recommend. Doesn't matter how many times you go on it, it changes every time.
And it's interactive.
It is interactive.
Just don't be that guy.
I want to be that guy. It's never that girl, but I want to be that
You're gonna
guy.
need some kind of kung fu T-shirt to be that guy. Every time.
We didn't rate Enchanted Tales with Belle or the train. They haven't been active in a hot minute.
I'm not even sure if either of them are up right now. I don't think they are.
Neither of them are right now. The ride onces are like the generic things that we always feel are kind of the same at every park, no matter where you go to, like the teacups and the spinny, twirly,
Pick you up and spin you around, or the just sit
things.
down and spin you around rides.
Tomorrowland Speedway we do like, but it needs an update. It's go-karts. It's
Yeah.
tracked go-karts.
Yeah. That's,
Astro we put a tier above, even though it's the same sort of spinny thing, because you have to take an elevator up 2 floors to get to it, and just kind of it feels kind of cooler than the other ones. People Movers is an old person ride, but we like it because we get to just kind of relax and see the different ins and outs of the parks. And Carousel Progress, I mean, I don't know why we enjoy that one, but we do. And then the Hall of Presidents, we also ranked because you can, if you should see it at least once, but also if you've been on it, you can take a nap on it later. And that's why it's more than ride once, because I did nap in it last time.
it's true. Can vouch 100% she napped.
I might have even been close to snoring, because at one point I think I startled myself.
So
No regrets.
No regrets, not even one.
Nope.
Talked about the Carousel Progress, the People Mover, both sort of either young kid or boomer attractions.
Yes. But I don't, they're not just you. I would ride them each time, unlike the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
And Hall of Presidents, because
There's
it
worse.
does, the Hall of Presidents does change when the presidents change. However, I strictly rode on it, well, not rode, because it's a sit down,
sit in an
like, auditorium thing, because I wanted to take a nap.
It had been a long day. Sometimes you just gotta say heck it. So where are we putting the Buzz Lightyear ride? Is this pretty cool?
Here,
I feel
I
like
would
it's
say
pretty
pretty cool, and the only reason I'm saying pretty cool is because when we get to the Hollywood Studios one, it's kind of the same thing, but I think that one's higher than this one.
Yes, just because of the sort of interactivity and the level of details they went into with the projection graphics and things like that.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
to
let's
me
go
this
with
is pretty cool. Okay. I guess it's me again, isn't
That's
it?
probably going to piss Shred off if he comes in.
What?
The fact that we didn't rate a Toy Story property as S tier. Which, don't get me wrong, that Toy Story, the movie, is S tier for me as well.
I agree. This ride is not as higher tier as
It's
the
good.
Hollywood Studios version of it.
Yeah, which
So.
is considerably newer.
Yes. Okay, so
I see at least one more that we can throw into the Ride Once category.
the carousel.
Carousel. Do you
I
wanna-
knew you were going to say that.
Let's just get that one out of the way. It's a carousel. It's just a carousel at Disney. It's the same thing you've seen at Knoebels or whatever, whatever your local theme park is. You've seen a carousel before. This is just a particularly nice carousel.
But does it have a Prince Charming's carousel?
It does not. So, S tier?
Does that automatically make an S tier because it's Prince Charming?
Oh, who's the one? I'm thinking of Philip.
Philip from Sleeping Beauty. Oh yeah, Philip.
Prince Philip is life. Prince Philip is love.
He is.
He is 100% Zaddy.
A lot of people will argue that I hear that from, well, not about him, but Callie has a thing for Prince Eric.
Okay, I could see it.
Callie has a thing for Prince Eric. Apparently, that's her thing.
I would say that I have a thing for Ariel, but wasn't she supposed to be like 16 in that movie?
She was. It does not have gold rings to grab like
Knoebels.
At Knoebels.
Which I didn't know about that the first time that I rode that.
No?
No, I'm like, what is everybody reaching for?
See, you gotta hook your finger the right way, because if you don't hook your finger, you're not gonna get them. I've seen people try to grab them though. That's not how you get them. Like, you have to hook your finger because you have to be able to.
I'm surprised they let you do that, because I feel like it'd be really easy to mess up your hands, but it's fun.
It is.
It just seems like it'd be a liability, but I'm all right with it.
Listen, I've been doing it since I was a kid, and I probably will not stop. So.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got I think we got all the generics out of the way.
All right. Oh wait, nope. We're gonna put Country Bear Jamboree. We can't rank this.
The last time that I was in that attraction, I was probably about 8 years old. The
last time I seen that, I was probably about 5 or 6. So
I feel like we can go with the Goofy movie Possum Party and just call it the same thing.
Maybe. We did see the Country Bears out.
Yes, we did.
They were up on a balcony. That was already at the nighttime.
Yeah, that was right when we were getting ready to leave, actually.
Yeah, they had some people out and about, but we did not actually watch the Jamboree. So it would be unfair for us to rank it because I don't remember. I was little. So
yeah, you cannot convince me that this is not the exact same attraction.
That's just mean.
That little kid, though. She gets me. She gets me every time.
Oh man! All right.
Okay, so we can't, in good conscience, rate that one. It's not a ding for it or against it. We haven't seen it recently enough to speak intelligently on it.
Okay, so
we got some goodies left, don't we?
We do. I think we're saving some of the best for last. So, all right, I'm saving one till last of mine, but I'm gonna. This is gonna hurt me, but I'm trying to be diplomatic.
Oh no!
Because I want to say S tier for me. But I have to be real here and say that my favorite Enchanted Tiki room is gonna fall. To me, it's up here. We're here. I'm willing to go here. I know it probably belongs here, but I'm willing to.
I would say it's somewhere between the two.
I'm willing to let it go here. That's as far as I will let it go down, because I love the Enchanted Tiki room. There's 2 things that I love about Disney. If you know me, you already know. I love the Enchanted Tiki room and I love the Polynesian. So much so, I've already gotten pieces to go in our future home purchase bathroom from both of these places. It's a show. The birds sing. It has that tropical feel to it. Is it like a, oh my goodness, I have to do it? Well, for me, it is an oh my god, I have to do it. But
I would play the audio from this, but I don't want Disney
will 100%
to send assassins to my house.
So if you're at home, you're gonna have to look up the Tiki room, like the Tiki room.
You'll know it when you find it. It's catchy to the point where you'll absolutely know when you find it.
That's as low as I will go. I love the Enchanted Tiki room. It's just something I've always loved.
My personal bias will put it up in pretty cool, even though I know that for the average Disney goer, it's probably just okay.
It's probably just okay. And I will admit that I know it's probably just okay. It's a show.
But it's my list. Sue me.
So it's pretty cool for me. I love it. I love it.
We got some goodies out there to attack.
There's another one that I also is a high ranker for me. That's so we're gonna come back to that last.
Okay.
And you might know what it is, but I don't want to give it out.
Let's get a weird one out of the way.
All right, what's your weird one? Oh, I like that one though.
I don't even remember. Was it Philharmagic?
It's the Philharmonic.
Yeah.
Or Philharmagic, yeah.
This
Hold
one
on.
is kind of a weird one. Oh, and it's been updated.
Yeah, we haven't seen it since the update, but I like this one though.
Think kind of like less mature Fantasia.
Yes, that would be a fantastic way to.
A lot of orchestral music, a lot of different Disney properties coming together. It's just, I'd put it as okay or pretty cool.
I would say pretty cool, especially because it does change here and there, and
According to that description, they put stuff for Coco into it, which you know
well,
how I feel
and
about Coco.
I do love Coco.
It makes
Coco's
me
one of my
unpopular.
favorites. Here's why I would put it in pretty cool, because it's definitely better than the Hall of Presidents and the Carousel Progress, which we already ranked at it's okay.
It's a deal then. Pretty cool it is. And
All right. And then, so I am going to go in for Under the Sea.
The ride that broke down the first time we tried to watch
Okay,
it.
so we tried, first of all, when we went with the kids, we didn't even ride this ride because it was way towards the back, and for whatever reason, we didn't even go back that way. I think it was because we knew the Be Our Guest thing was back there, and the restaurant, and we didn't have reservations for that.
But we did
And
want to see if they had like any kind of freak opening.
yeah, and then the Gaston Tavern thing is back, and like those were all things that we were like, we don't need to go back there, not realizing that the Under the Sea ride was back there. So when we went back for our honeymoon, we went back that way. We waited in line for Under the Sea.
I had literally forgotten that was a ride.
It broke down while we were in line, which happens. Actually, it happens on a regular basis.
5 minutes from the front.
Yeah, rides at Disney do break down on a regular basis, and that sounds kind of bad, but it's like they have them up and running super quickly, and those breakdowns could be the ride, but it could be somebody dropped something. There's so many variables of why a ride breaks down. Point is though, we waited in line, couldn't ride the ride, so we did the Christmas thing. Came back, we didn't even wait in line. We walked right on. We were
Straight
the only
nobody
people.
in the queue. Nobody in the queue.
We probably could have rode that ride again. We probably were like, "Hey, let's do it again." They would have just been like, "Stay on, it's fine. No one's here. Just go."
Yeah, this was at night too. I wonder when this was shot.
Yeah, because we made it all the way inside to the queue line. The queue line's really cool at the top. There's some like cavern, I guess, drawings, we'll say, of Ursula and some other things like that.
And I think
one of our pictures, yeah, we definitely have a picture of that because it's in our opening video for this. So it was pretty cool walking through the queue line, which we didn't have to do the second time. Oh, he's paging for the photos. He's probably down pretty far. Oh,
that's Epcot. That's all it is.
yeah. Oh, there it is. Down. Right there. You just looked at it. This is about where we were stuck for 30 minutes until they decided to close the line.
But the thing that, like, if you've never been there, that you don't really realize is the level of attention to detail that goes into this kind of stuff. Like, even on, like, really close inspection, like, this stuff, it's put together with love.
Yeah.
The Imagineers at Disney absolutely do not screw around.
Yeah, so those are two pictures that we took. But, like, every one of these walls up top had some sort of, like, story or pictures, and even these lanterns are super cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't know what I just did. Oh. All right, so for me, I'm gonna put that in pretty cool.
I would personally put it on the borderline between pretty cool and okay, but I think the pretty cool.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, here's the thing: you're riding the rides and you're seeing the different things from that movie, but those songs are gonna be stuck in your head. You already know those songs are gonna be stuck in your head.
You go into it expecting that.
I liked it though. I like that ride.
I can't even tell what the 1 second from the right is supposed to be.
This one?
Yeah. What is that?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that one's gonna sting, and I feel like we should pull the Band-Aid on that right now.
All right, I'll let you go for it.
Pirates of the Caribbean, another Disney World and Disneyland opening attraction for both parks.
I'm gonna make a comment here. I just want you to know that I do like this ride, but earlier this month and last month, somebody on Reddit was doing a thing where they would everyone could vote and eliminate rides on a regular basis to see which was number 1. And this was all rides across all parks. And for 5 days straight, I voted Pirates of the Caribbean out.
There's nothing wrong with Pirates of the Caribbean. It is a perfectly serviceable Disney ride. And that's really all you can say about it. It has, up until the early 2000s, it hadn't changed for darn near 70 years on the West Coast. And it was the same exact ride on the East Coast. So it was static for 40 years.
I do like it's dark. Mm-hmm. I do like it has a smell about it. It has like I don't even know, like an ocean
like
bay,
it's almost like musty.
Yeah, like a cavern. It has a.
And in some places like gun smoke and things like that. It's definitely atmospheric.
I like it. Honestly, there aren't really any rides on here I don't like. I like it. It's not an S tier for me, and it's not an almost there for sure.
Disney does not make a bad ride. I cannot think of one single experience where I got off and went, what the fuck was that?
And they did do some update to it when they added Jack in there, but that was really minimal amount because he's not even in it till like the very end.
And
he's
they made
in
the pirates
spots.
A little less rapey and a little less murdery, which it is what it is. They're pirates. Like
this is true verbal.
Just don't get it on your fingers because that shit soaks right into your blood. I wasn't ready for one whiff of ozone and the lamp was lit. So I think we're going to go, what are you thinking? Okay?
I'm going to say okay. It's okay.
This one's going to sting.
This is going to sting. People might not like that.
This is going to be a spicy take. It's okay.
It's okay. I will ride it every time we're there.
There is one ride on this list that if we put in It's Okay, I think will elevate Pirates of the Caribbean. But we'll get there when we get there.
Okay, so I'm going to put a hot take on here.
Oh, here it comes. We're getting this out of the way early, huh?
No, this is a different hot take. Okay. So when I say this, I'm saying it's a hot take because this ride is one of the top 2 tiered rides in regards to lines.
Oh, this is going to be a spicy take.
It is not the one that has the longest line every time, but it has the second longest line, which is at least an hour. And it's okay. Like, it's not... I like the ride, but it's not... The line that it draws out that you can pay for Lightning Lane to skip the line, I feel like anybody that pays for that is an idiot. I'm not going to put it in okay. I am going to put it in pretty cool. It has its moments. I just don't think it lives up to the hype that the line gives it.
I personally would have gone with It's Okay.
I like it though. So there's spots in this. So this is the Peter Pan ride. I don't know. I can't with this. Like, okay, walking through the queue is...
Oh, the queue is amazing.
The queue is so cool. There are so many cool little different features in the queue. I like the fact that it's hovers over everything. You're looking down. You're in the pirate ship. Like
It's sort of like
it's pretty. Like this part where you're over top of London and you're looking down. Like I think it's really pretty, and that's why I didn't put it in. It's okay because there are some things in it that I really do like. Do I think? And I'm telling you this right now. Do I think a 70-minute standby wait time right now is worth it? No. Not at all. That being said, Pirates of the Caribbean has a 40-minute wait line right now. So I do think it's better than Pirates of the Caribbean, maybe 70-minute wait line, but probably not.
Yeah, I'd say comparable. Here's the thing. This ride is basically an updated version of the E.T. ride from Hollywood Studios that we'll get to.
I do like this ride, and I do like those things that I said are pretty about it. Like when you're going over London and you can look down and see, like, there are certain things that I like way more than the other rides that we rank lower. Mm-hmm. Do I think that the hype it gets around it, that is why it is one of the 2 top tiered rides at Magic Kingdom? Do I think that is worth it? Absolutely not. No, definitely not. I don't know. I can't for that. I mean, there's a couple rides on here that I love way more, and I do think stand up to the hype, and their lines are smaller on a regular basis.
I'm looking at 2 of them right now.
There's a couple up there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, it is better than It's Okay for me, but it's not almost there, and it's definitely not S tier.
Now, speaking of lines that have extremely long queue lines, we're going to get to the one that is the longest queue line at Magic Kingdom. And if you want to pull up the stats on where that currently sits, I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Let's see here. 90 minutes.
At 9 o'clock at night, it's at 90 minutes. Don't get me wrong, this is a damn fine ride. But if we didn't have the option to effectively skip the line, because we waited 15 minutes at the Christmas event, I would not wait 2 hours for this ride, knowing what it is. That being said, I'm putting this at A tier. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is A tier as far as I'm concerned.
I agree.
That is a solid entry-level coaster. The queue line it's pretty good. I mean, it's an extended queue line.
The queue line is better once you get up closer. The queue line as you're going through the miscellaneous in the very beginning is just meh. It's not like it's not like some of the other rides where even further up, like further back in the queue line, you know, there's still things to look at. It's just,
and even leaving the ride, there's
here
still
and
little Easter eggs and things that you might not notice your first time through.
I think once you're getting into the part where you can see like the shimmering gems and stuff in the queue line is when it starts to get a little bit better. But you're also very close to the front by that point. Oh, he's looking for another video, guys.
No, not that one. This one.
Yeah, so I agree. I don't think it's S tier either, but
this is a solid, and obviously it gets going a little bit more aggressively as the ride goes on, but this is a solid entry-level roller coaster.
I do like it. There is a lot to see. Oh, there we go. This is the parts that I like. Yeah, so...
And then it actually, gets going proper.
I do like it. I agree, though. It's not S tier. I would think it's A tier.
I personally don't think it's worth the wait.
For an hour and a half? Absolutely not.
No.
And here's when I'm saying I'm comparing this to an hour and a half. And we will get into, obviously, the other rides when we do the other parks. But There are other rides at other parks that have an hour and a half wait line
that are worth every second.
100%. I would wait 3 hours for them. We
did
waited
wait 3.5 hours for one.
Yeah, and I would have waited a full. Well, it was a little bit shorter than that, wasn't it? It was about 3.
It was originally supposed to be 2.5, and then it broke down for an hour.
Okay, so had it not broken down, it would have been about 2.5. I would have waited 4 hours. Like, I 100%.
And we won't spoil that one quite yet. Virgil's going to know the one that we're talking about because I have ranted and raved about this attraction on a number of occasions. But we'll get there when we get there. Maybe next episode or the one after. And
even the one that I rank number 2, still, I mean, that ride on a regular basis is at least an hour and a half wait. And I would wait 2-3 hours for that because it was worth every moment of it.
Virgil in the back just wringing his hands. Like, excellent, Smithers. Release the Star Wars.
So, all right, let's move this up.
It's classified. Yeah, we might as well throw Big Thunder Mountain. I think is the exact same thing, but shorter.
I agree.
I would put that at almost there as well. This ride almost sits at S tier for me. And I don't really know what's holding me back from putting it at S tier other than keeping the list exclusive. That's a damn fine ride.
I would be completely okay with you putting that at S tier. It's an iconic ride. Oh, hold on. We got another video.
This is what we're talking about here, folks.
So I'm gonna say something for anybody. So since obviously we're piggybacking this off of my new travel thing, if you are planning on going to Disney anytime soon, and if you're considering during a holiday like Christmas or Halloween when they have like the Boo Bash thing, if there is an after hours party, it is extra money. Spend the goddamn money.
It is worth every fucking cent.
Do it. It is an after hours party. Normally runs from 9 o'clock to 1 a.m. You walk on almost every single ride. We went to Magic Kingdom that entire day and then stayed till 1 in the morning for the party. We shouldn't have even gone during the day. We didn't have to go during the day because at night we walked onto every ride that we could have, with the exception of Seven Dwarfs, where we waited 20 minutes versus the 90 right now.
And that was more or less the time that it took to walk the queue line up to the ride.
Yeah.
There wasn't actually a delay.
Like, spending that extra money was worth not having to wait in those lines. Plus, there was free snacks and drinks and Mickey bars. And who doesn't like Mickey ice cream bars?
So are we doing it? Are we
Put
making
an
a
S.
jump?
Put an S.
That's our first S tier attraction, folks. Big Thunder Mountain Railway at Disney's Magic Kingdom. I could not agree more.
Okay.
That's about as good as it gets. There are, however, a couple other rides here which could give it a run for its money.
So I have 2 others that I would put in S tier.
I think that I know what they are. I think I know 2 that you would personally want to put S tier, but I don't think you will.
Okay, so we'll get that one out of the way first. I know that this is going to be a hot take.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to put an S tier.
Don't do it.
I know this is going to be controversial. I know people either love it or they hate it. Most people hate it. I love it and I would ride it all day. All day.
That's what she said.
So I'm not going to put it in It's Okay. I'm not going to put in It's Okay. I'm not doing it because I can't. I'm not putting it all the way up there, but I'm going to put it in Is better than People Mover. Is better than Astro.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Small World ride. I love this ride. I don't care. It's like, listen, it's like Lamb Chop. You know when the Lamb Chop song gets stuck in your head? I know that it's a Small World ride song.
I was really hoping you weren't going to sing it.
I'm not going to sing it, but I know that song gets stuck in your head, and I think that's why people either love it or they hate it. But here's the thing about this ride. You could ride this ride for literally like 3 or 4 hours, and you will see something new every single time. Because there's so much going on with each one of the regions and stuff, like the United Kingdom and the China area and the whole, there's just so much happening.
For those of you that aren't familiar with this ride or its accompanying soundtrack, I don't know what you're doing with your life, and I cannot help you. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. No.
I love that song. I don't even care.
So you've been collecting the pops for this one, have you not?
I do. I have all four of them.
Four.
Yeah,
Four.
I have all of them. I love it. There's just so much. Those are my favorite. You just passed them. The little Hawaiian girls. Yep, right there. They're my favorite. I have a picture of them.
I think if you were to look up vibing in the dictionary, that's it right there. This is vibing.
Here's the thing, though. I have a picture somewhere in my stack of photos from when I was little. I have a picture of those three from when I was younger. I don't know. I've just always... And here's the other reason I think. When I was younger, the first time I went to Disney, I was 4. I think I was around 4. And when you're that young, I don't think you remember a lot about Disney. You don't have a lot of core memories that you remember.
The trip's not really for you.
I remember that entire ride. I remember the It's a Small World ride.
Verbs, I guess we're going to get canceled, brother. I can't think of a more worthy cause. That was rather intense, though.
It was.
It was. Vibes intensely?
Maybe.
Is that a thing?
Sure. So I love that It's a Small World ride. I know it's not S tier for everybody. It's probably not almost there for everybody. I love it. I will not let you put it at It's Okay. But I do love that ride.
It's where it belongs, though.
I made a clock, though, with the face, too.
Mm-hmm.
I made one. Mm-hmm. I love it.
So let's get... I have one that I kind of want to throw between It's Okay and Pretty Cool, but I'm kind of leaning towards It's Okay. It's another ride that I'm pretty sure came out not too long after the park opened. And that's the Jungle Cruise.
No!
Now played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, as all things are.
No! It's okay?
It's okay.
No.
Let's hear it.
No, it's almost there.
You fight for it.
It's almost there. It's actually, I was going to put that in S tier with my other one. Don't put it down in ride once. How dare you? How dare you? That is at least, if it's not S tier, it is almost there. Here's why. The animatronics are, hello. The animatronics, I get it, are a little old and dated, but what makes that ride
Are the tour guides.
is the tour guides. It changes every single time. And the tour guides, the cast members that they pick for those rides,
Oh, they're damn good at it.
they are top notch. Top notch. It's a different ride every time.
I think my favorite ones are the ones that are intentionally nonchalant.
I love the Jungle Cruise, and we didn't have a chance to go on it during our honeymoon because
the
line
movie was new and the ride was
the line was wrong, and they had done it up for Christmas, so it was getting late, and we were like, it's probably about time to go to bed, and we were at the park all day. That's almost there for me. It's an older iconic ride. Part of our issues with some of the older rides, like Tomorrowland Speedway, was that they haven't been updated. This one has been updated. So it's a ride that has been there for a long time. They have updated it to tie in with the new movie. And those cast members that are the tour guides are top notch. And it changes every time. It's no different than Mike's Laugh Floor, which also changes every time. It depends on who you have that makes it an experience. It's okay. Get your it's okay out of here.
So what are we thinking?
Almost there.
Okay.
Almost there. I will fight you on that.
You heard the lady.
Go ride the Jungle Cruise.
You go ride the Jungle Cruise.
I'm going to ride the Jungle Cruise in April. No, now I'm in trouble, guys.
Welcome back to the Boomer Show, ladies and gentlemen. I have the power.
You see what happens when I drink? I only just noticed that. Look.
That is the power of movie magic, kids.
Listen, look, you can't see my bottle. Do you know what it is? That should be like the key right there.
It's McDonald's Sprite. Shit's magic. That is the power of basic cinematography.
Hey, look, that actually works good because you're not paying you, so you don't have to like blank out their logo.
Yeah. Blanket Cola. Not a sponsor of the channel, so you're not getting any fucking recognition.
That's weird. Put your gloves away.
You don't like my Green Man gloves?
No. It's a little weird.
Just for you, Verbs.
He couldn't even see it. All right, so
We're gonna get the painful one out of the way.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
All right, here's my thing for Winnie the Pooh. It's pretty cool. I'm sorry.
I agree. I'm just glad that we didn't let the family bias put it up into S tier because it doesn't belong.
Oh no! I mean, Callie would put it in like triple S tier.
She would actually go over here and create a new tier just for it.
Yeah.
And it would be Winnie the Pooh tier.
Callie is in love with Winnie the Pooh. We have a leopard gecko named Winnie, and our cat's name is Rue.
Those are characters. Those are characters.
But it's a good ride, and I mean, it fits along with like the Peter Pan ride.
This is one of those that I feel like you're gonna have to see it to understand it. So I'm gonna do my thing here.
And walking through again, like the queue for that.
Exceptional queue.
I enjoy the Winnie the Pooh ride. No, but we might be getting a bunny, and I've been trying to convince Callie to just name it Rabbit. I don't know that she will, but...
So each of the different scenes in this ride are sort of delineated by these storybook sequences, and it makes for a really interesting transition. It's not like anything else in the park.
It's just like the movie. Like, it's literally the movie in translation to a ride. This is the whole Hefflumps and Woozles scene in the movie.
My man is tripping balls.
I like this ride.
It's a good ride.
And fun fact, why I'm not like Callie, who diehard Winnie the Pooh fan. I do love Winnie the Pooh. And
what are you doing, Step Pooh?
Hold on. I will give a little cancer fun fact tidbit about me. So when I was diagnosed, the first thing that I did, I went home, put my headphones on, and was in my own little world, till Jason came home and ruined that for me. And then
I have a tendency to ruin things.
He did. I was good not crying until he came home. But for like 2 or 3 days straight, I watched The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh probably like 20 times.
Can vouch.
I'm not even sure why. Like, that was just like the thing that made me feel good. So I basically spent 2 days under the covers in our room watching The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which is another reason I like this ride, because it is like a direct translation of that movie.
Mm-hmm. It's about as movie accurate as you're going to get.
So, fun little fact, Winnie the Pooh was my calm after the storm on Wednesday, the blustery Wednesday. I don't even know. Maybe it was Wednesday. Obviously, it felt like fucking Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday, my dude?
Maybe.
So, yeah, I think that's a good spot for it. It's definitely got a unique aesthetic. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Peter Pan adventure.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just with a lot of the black light and neon type stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just genuine, wholesome fun. And it's one of the few rides that actually has an interactive queue. So if you got little ones, there's little games that you play on the way in.
Yeah, they have like the little wire things with the shapes that you can there's a whole bunch of
and
those.
There's also little interactive touch screens and all kinds of stuff to climb on and get your grubby little mitts on.
Oh, they have like a little crawl area too, like through the
You could easily walk away with somebody else's child.
You could. I don't know why you'd want to, but you could.
Well, if you want to get rid of yours, obviously. Trading up.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to save 2 for last. I would say Splash Mountain. We're probably looking at Pretty Cool. Are you all right with that rating?
I'm okay with that rating.
Splash Mountain basically is an attraction leading up to a drop. For those of you that aren't familiar with Splash Mountain, I cannot help you. This ride has been around for roughly 300 years. And every major theme park has tried to replicate it in one way or another. It's your typical log flume ride.
It is.
Log goes up, log goes down. There's a story in the middle. But it's all about that drop, which feels a lot longer than it is, let me tell you.
It does.
I'm thinking Pretty Cool. You okay with that spot for me?
I'm okay with Pretty Cool.
We didn't do it this last time just because when we got over to that section of the park, we were running kind of low on time.
There's also a little bit of controversy around it lately because of the whole Briar Rabbit and the whole story and whatnot, because he's a part of that one.
Is that like the Song of the South thing?
Kinda.
Which
not nearly as bad as, but yes.
Yeah, which Disney still does not want to acknowledge that they ever made. I don't think it's even on Disney Plus to this day.
I think they're probably going to update that at some point. I just don't know when, how, or what.
There's not really a logical IP to take over.
Yeah.
At least none that I can think of.
Well, I mean, you could make it. I mean, if you were going to really change it, you could make it almost like a Pocahontas kind of thing. Because that's the whole.
You could. Or you just go back to
outdoor water.
And it is an Adventureland, so that would track.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. That picture. That was the first thing that came to my mind.
Or, hear me out. You go classic Disney, almost like the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. You go super classic Disney and update it with a bunch of electronic stuff. Thoughts?
You could.
I think you could pull that off.
Runaway Railway. I can't wait till we talk about that ride.
It'll be, Splash Mountain, but without the racism.
I love that ride. Spoiler alert, I love that ride.
Probably ARS tier. And
you'll just have to wait and find out.
Tune in next time on Pokemon. I mean, whatever the hell this show's called. So, pretty cool. We'll get this out of the way because these last 2 are doozies.
Okay, so...
Which one do you want to do first? Lady's choice. Want to save yours for last?
Yes.
Space Mountain. I don't think there's any way you could put this anywhere other than S tier.
I'm going to let you keep going. I'll be back.
I'm going to let you finish.
Go ahead. Keep going. I'm going to let you finish.
I thought she was about to pull a Kanye on me.
No.
So, Space Mountain, for those that are of the uninitiated, is sort of a cross between a dark ride and a roller coaster. And what I mean by that, it's it's this. You have your little boarding station, spaceport kind of thing. You get into this really cramped rocket ship mobile thing. You go through hyperspace, and then the ride goes fucking crazy. And you're in the dark with the stars,
Whole ride.
hauling ass. And it feels like it's a lot faster than it is, probably because the turns are really tight.
And you can't see anything.
No, but realistically, you're only doing like 30 miles an hour. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that's actually the top speed of that ride.
There's a lot of like this and this and this and this.
27 miles per hour.
This. Except you can't see when this is going to happen. This is going to happen.
Nope. You're just, you really are along for the ride.
I don't think we took a picture of it outside.
No.
No.
Because the only things we would have seen were from the people mover, and you can't really see much of that. One thing that we didn't talk about was the 50th anniversary makeover of the park.
Oh, we didn't.
So, like, for example, the castle has had a complete overhaul. I don't know when they did that, but they did.
They did it last year. They painted it pink-ish, and they put all the gold touches on it.
It's like a rose gold kind of color.
Yeah.
That's sort of the
I
trendy
love
thing.
it.
It's gorgeous.
And we took some pictures of... Oh, I was going to say where it was lit up at night, where they do the projection on it. Mm-hmm. Super pretty. Wait, go back a second. Like the middle whole stack there, you see like it's like that iridescent kind of color. That was tied into a lot of their 50th anniversary like products too, was that iridescent. Mm-hmm. Which was super cool. So
that was positively gorgeous what they did with that.
Agreed.
I don't feel like there's any way that you could throw Space Mountain not an S tier though.
I think it's an S tier.
I'm pretty sure I heard something about that, Verbals. Them doing a run of Space Mountain with the lights on. I don't know when that would have been, and I kind of want to do it. I have heard that before, though.
Yeah.
Let's do a little research here. Well, to give you guys an idea of what this looks like.
On the inside is chaos.
Yeah, this bitch is anarchy.
Like, it's just chaos.
I mean, look, what the hell is that? Good Lord.
There you go.
It's essentially a steel railed roller coaster, but
look
in the
at
dark.
This. Wait, look at where was another picture I saw? Hit the one on that in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just like it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I love it though. All right, last one.
Wardrobe change.
S tier.
There's no way it's not.
S tier, 100%. Just move it now. We can talk about it. Just move it now.
There are a lot of really cool effects that are done for this one.
Haunted Mansion S tier, 100%. Absolutely love this ride.
On the outside, it's sort of like an unassuming.
But there's just so much outside to take in, like the architecture on the building, the statues, like everything about this. I love the Haunted Mansion so much that at work, when I go to plug my USB in or when my monitors actually connect each time, it actually says "Welcome, Foolish Mortals." Love this ride.
There's a lot of really weird effects they do to sort of make the behind-the-scenes magic happen. Like, it never really occurred to me that most of this ride takes place underground, and this opening foyer actually is an elevator.
Hold on, you gotta wait till they stretch. Oh, yeah.
So you see the room is actually physically stretching, which is really sort of disorienting in person. But all the artwork takes on a new meaning.
I love it. And it's not even like... So you have those like haunted rides. I love that wallpaper.
Mm-hmm. It's not like your typical...
It's not like it's not like when you go to Knoebels, and why I don't think that ride is scary. It's not like... There are some spots that are like jump scares at the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, there's really only one part that I don't like.
Oh, the truck?
The truck. I don't care for the truck.
But like, it's spooky, but it's not like super scary.
Nobody's like jumping out of the wall to
Like,
grab you.
I love this whole projection scene. Like, this is one of my favorite parts.
How can you not love that?
The projection of the dancers down on the floor.
And it's just this. It's like really whimsical with just the slightest bit of unsettling. And it's a decently long ride. Like, you're probably looking at a good 7 to 10 minutes of ride time, right?
Yeah.
And every single scene is completely different. Like, you never feel like you're looking at the same thing twice.
And you're in your buggy.
The Doom buggy.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to mention at the spoiler alert. Does it not show the part where they turn it towards the mirror? I guess not. But there's a ghost that's been following you the whole time.
Even this part, is just the attention to detail on all the rides. But this one has been around for a while.
Mm-hmm. That's a very let me check the
manifestation, clairvoyance. This person isn't showing the 4 statues, but if you look at the 4 busts, they each indicate actually how that person died. So
1969, which by the way, nice.
Yeah, I love this ride.
There's no way you can't put it S tier.
So that's where we sit for S tier.
Do we want to make any adjustments, any alibi fires here?
I don't think so. What about our viewers? Do you disagree? Do you agree with where we've ranked things? Do you have a favorite ride that we didn't put as S tier?
Slam, are you talking about Small World? Is that what she was talking about? I missed that comment.
Oh. No, it was later on, I thought it was around Space Mountain, maybe? No comments from the Peanut Gallery?
There's usually about a 15-second delay, plus typing. That's if they haven't abandoned us. Space Mountain, okay, so she, again and again and again, which I can understand that. I would if I had the stomach for it. Unfortunately, I cannot.
Slam, are you a roller coaster lover?
Or perhaps a roller coaster tycoon, too.
You could be.
Yeah.
I am still a roller coaster tycoon. I have it on my computer still.
Maybe you should stream Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
Because I'm a little sadistic sometimes when I play it.
That's the best part.
I definitely have some roller coasters that are unfinished.
Yeah, there's no way that Space Mountain couldn't have been S tier, Slam. There's just no way.
Okay, so I don't think you were on the stream yet when we were talking about it, but eventually, after we get through the Disney parks, we're going to talk about Universal parks.
Say less, I got you.
Oh, I'm still going to talk about it. Velocicoaster at Universal is hands down 1,000 out of 10 the best roller coaster I've ever ridden in my entire life. I cannot speak highly of this roller coaster, more highly than I love this roller coaster. In the middle of it, and I'll point out where, in Mario Kart, when you pass over the little arrows that give you that boost, that's what this has in the middle of it.
Coming up after it comes back around.
It launches you from 0 to 50, but then it slows down a little bit for your track. So you're about 40 when you hit the launch pad.
Here.
Yeah, it's coming up. And right through here, it launches you from 40 to 70 right before this negative drop. And it is fantastic. Fantastic.
And I realized they're using a camera that's mounted to the vehicle, but just look at how buttery this is.
I loved it.
That little fake out turn there.
And Jason didn't ride it with me because Jason's not a roller coaster person. Even though he likes them, his stomach doesn't like.
Yeah,
them.
they don't like me back. The feeling is
So
not mutual.
I rode this solo, well, with another solo rider. I probably would have rode it again had we not wanted to move on to other things.
And obviously, we'll get into these rides when we get to a Universal episode. But
Yeah.
that one, it seems like a solid ass roller coaster.
It is. I've done a lot of roller coasters. I love roller coasters, but hands down, one of the best roller coasters I've ever rode.
Tell you what, Verbs, if we ever go on like a joint vacation, you and I could stand off to the side and look at those idiots.
You did catch me. You did see me though, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if...
I don't think I have that photo in there. I think that was on your
damn.
thing. I don't think you gave that to me.
That would have been the next day.
Yeah.
That first day was kind of...
Yeah, we
crappy.
actually left Universal and ended up going back because I was miserable. It was raining. Jason wanted to go on the Harry Potter ride. I did not because last time I was on it, it just did not sit well with me. And normally I'm fine with that, but it's a lot of side-to-side motion plus the 4D. I was just not feeling it. So I did not want to risk it. So I stood in the rain while he went on that, and I was miserable by the time he got out. So we left, and then we came back just so I could ride Velocicoaster, and worth it.
These ones were the Magic Kingdom ones that we took at night.
Yeah, that's so pretty. It's Hula's.
An absolute vibe. That's your boy?
Yep.
Stilts.
It was a Stitch dance party.
And he went hard for over an hour. Like, we went back through Tomorrowland at one point, and he is still just going hard in the paint. That's the Enchanted Tiki Room, which, new favorite.
I love that. Oh, that's right. It was wet when we rode that.
Yeah, it was kind of crappy. What's that?
Oh, it's a video. Oh, it's a parade. It's the cavalcade.
Shit, my bad.
Oh, man.
I messed it up.
Way to go. So, when we did the holiday party, they were supposed to have the parade. They were only doing cavalcades for a while, and this was supposed to be the first night they were bringing the parade back, but it rained. So they decided to ditch the parade.
Didn't they have a name for it?
The parade?
No, when they just do the cavalcade.
I don't know. But they decided instead of just completely ditching the parade, they would do the cavalcade instead. So they still came through, which was nice because you still got to see all the characters.
But a lot of like the over-the-top flair sort of stuff that they would usually do for a parade, they didn't do it.
Slam, we're also going in 2 years, not May. But we're Jason's my treat, will say, I agreed to, is to spend the ridiculous amount of money for the Star Cruiser, and it is ridiculous amount of money.
Maybe we rent 2 cabins.
But it is for our 40th birthdays, so we are going all in on that.
There are revelations happening in chat right now.
Hey, well, here's the thing, Slam. Guess what? You know somebody that plans Disney trips.
And that, as they say, is a wrap.
See, we were having this conversation though with Verbal the other day, and he said that he would be scared to go on May the 4th, but there are some extra things that happen around that time. There's definitely exclusive merch. And I know you're watching this, but also for anybody that's my favorite.
Someday.
I love the Polynesian. That is my dream resort. But it's expensive. Even with my discount, it's expensive.
Was this at
That's
Okay.
sci-fi. Yeah.
Yeah, so that we're looking at Hollywood Studios.
So
there.
for anybody who's watching this, my services are 100% free to you. Whether, especially if you're booking Disney or Universal, and I'll tell you for certain with Disney, no matter if you decide you're going to book it yourself or if you're going to book it with a travel agent,
You're paying the same.
money, what you're paying the exact same amount. Because Disney has built into their pricing the commission fees. So you have to pay those whether you want to or not. There's no way to get out of them. You can't be like, oh, I don't want to pay that. So you might as well use a planner who will plan everything for you. Because if you got to pay it, you might as well help a friend out who, you know, who's trying to side hustle that. So yeah, that's why my services are completely free, because I'm getting paid by Disney when you book a vacation with me versus just paying Disney and then them pocketing that money. So it's just a little tidbit I like to throw out there once people are like, oh, I'll just book it myself. Well, you're going to pay the money, so you might as well have somebody help you plan it. Just my thought.
Couldn't agree more.
Just my 2 cents.
Yeah, we got to talk more with Verb and Slam, I guess.
I guess, yeah. I see Slam said that's where she stayed at the Polynesian. I love the Polynesian.
What?
It's so pretty.
What?
I don't think my picture is on there. So I'm obsessed with the
Here,
Polynesian.
go grab your thing.
Which one?
I'll get it.
What are you grabbing?
Your thing that's over there.
Oh, the big castle. Go ahead. Go grab it. So when we were...
Don't mind me, I'm just walking through space-time over here.
When we went on our honeymoon, there was an antique store also that we had gone to. And I picked up a mirror that was used at the Polynesian, a shower curtain, some pillows, all from the Polynesian, because we're hoping to buy a house this summer.
Shower curtain was new, by the way.
Yeah, the shower curtain was new. It was not used. But we're hoping to buy this summer, and we were hoping to buy earlier, but things kind of got delayed. So I've already started collecting things for my Enchanted Tiki room / Polynesian bathroom. But in addition to that, I found this super old on Facebook Marketplace. It was a part of the train set that you could buy, but it is a full-size Polynesian building that was part of the monorail set you could buy, and it has there is the little piece that the monorail attaches to.
Yeah, it's on the
It's
shelf.
over there. Yeah, you don't have to get that. I bought that. How much did I pay for that? 25 bucks?
I think maybe 50 tops.
I don't remember, but I saw it on Marketplace, and I knew what it was as soon as I saw it. I think I paid like 25 bucks for it. Maybe
They're worth like 300.
maybe 30 bucks for it. And then I ended up looking it up on eBay, and they actually go for a lot more than that. Like a couple $100. And I had messaged her back, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you have any other Disney stuff that you want to get rid of, because she told me they were moving. And that's where my Epcot ball, from my wedding, the Disney... Are you grabbing that too? I feel like you are.
I can. I wasn't originally planning to. It's right here.
That's where I got my Epcot ball too, which is also a lot more than the $20 I spent on that too. Oh, he's grabbing that too. So I'm always on the lookout for some like weird or resort type stuff. This opens too. I took all the lights out.
I'm afraid to drop it.
I got it. Somewhere it opens. It's kind of chock full of all the pieces, but it has the monorail piece and the little car and just kind of thrown in here. Yeah. Got some weird stuff. I don't think it's weird. It's collector stuff. It could be both. Jason says it's both. So I guess it's both. Coming back. So I'm jealous that you stayed at the Polynesian. It's on my list. Eventually.
I keep telling you, just pull the trigger.
I am going in April.
Do it.
For 3 days. Completely unplanned initially, but I guess we're going to stay at Pop Century. Well, I am staying at Pop Century with a friend. Jason will not be going. But eventually I get to the Polynesian.
It's going to have to happen at some point.
It's going to have to be an upgraded thing. Because you can stay, so here's another fun fact. If you stay at a value resort, or you could downgrade, but I don't know why you would. That's just stupid. You could stay at a value resort or a moderate resort for, like, if you were going to stay for, like, a week, and you're like, hey, I really want to stay at the Polynesian, but I don't want to spend $1 million to stay at the Polynesian for a whole week. You could start at a value resort or one of the other resorts, and then you could upgrade. And you have to do this ahead of time, but you could do 2
like a split
stays, like a split stay, and then finish at somewhere like the Polynesian or Contemporary, and they will move your stuff for you. So you pack up your bags, they're ready to go in your room. You go to the park for the day, you let them know that you are moving your stay to whatever resort. And when you're done at the end of the day, you just go to your next resort that you're supposed to, and all your stuff will be in your room already, and you would have gotten a notification what your room number is. Which, that's how I feel like Polynesian is going to happen for us.
And definitely make sure you get the right order, because if you're downgrading at the end of your trip.
Yeah, I don't know why you would want to downgrade. That would be horrible.
That would be silly.
Be like, hey, I got this bougie room, and I got to go down to this value resort that feels like I'm staying at a Holiday Inn.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like going from the Ritz down to like the Motel 6. We'll leave the seat up for you. That being said, there are some baller hotels, and we might have to do a ranking list on that. But I feel like we need to like actually set foot on these places and take a look around if we're gonna even think about.
Here's the fun thing: I can do that. Like, I'm staying at Pop Century, but if I went up to like Caribbean, the Caribbean resort on my way to, I could be like, hey, I'm a travel agent. Can I just get a view of the rooms and stuff? And they would totally let me do that.
Now, keep in mind that there have been a lot of restrictions lately.
True. Very much so.
Yeah.
And even some of the other, so there's other resorts beyond just the Disney resorts. Like, there's other accommodations that, like, Wyndham has, and Doubletree, and a couple of them that are still on Disney property that you still get the same Disney amenities and packages.
The Good Neighbor hotels?
No, there's Good Neighbors, totally different too. Oh. There's other, like, this is like the Swan and Dolphin that are like kind of a part of Disney, but they're actually under somebody else. But you still get those same Disney packages, and they're normally cheaper. And then Good Neighbor ones are technically off property. So those are like Holiday Inns, stuff like that, that still give you incentives to stay there. But it, as far as price-wise comparison, you might as well stay on resort or one of the other places that are like at Disney Springs. There's pros and cons. So Disney Slam Springs and Verbs, when you're ready to start talking about this, you just let me know, and I will give you all the quotes that you need to figure out where the hell you want to stay.
We'll have your people call my people, and my people they're sitting here.
It's me.
Yeah, she's my people. Yeah, Disney Springs, that's a topic for a whole other show.
Oh, are you saying we need 4 more shows?
We could milk this out forever.
I know, but we have to touch Universal too.
Yeah, we haven't even been to SeaWorld. At least you haven't.
Nope, not at all.
I think we need a research trip.
I'm okay with that. Apparently, we're planning a Universal research trip, and Jason doesn't know that yet. We might be planning a Universal research trip. Mostly because I got my email of what my perks things are this year, and I was like,
For freezies?
Could do that on a weekend.
Good.
Extended weekend. So I feel like we're dying out here, but we're kind of at the 2-hour mark, and I feel like this is
Yeah, we definitely managed to
good.
To stretch. I mean, to have good quality content, not stretching.
Well, because some of our other ranking ones, like Verbs knows, when we did the Star Wars ones,
Oh my
were
goodness.
so long.
I think one we had running for a good 4 hours.
It felt like it. If it wasn't 4 hours, it felt like 4 hours.
That was an absolute grind.
Yeah, but I
in a
mean,
good way.
we hit every character.
All the big ones, anyway.
Oh, also, I'm hoping that you've seen all of the Book of Boba verbs. But I will tell you that if you have not, there was a character that popped up and I got excited.
I'm pretty sure Verbs beat us to it.
Oh, okay. So he
probably
said
watched it
yes.
as it
He
came
said
out.
yes. He said yes. When Cad Bane came out, all I saw was the hat when he was far away, and I was like, "Is that?" And Jason does not know of him, because he has not watched Clone Wars, and I was like, "Is that Cad Bane?" And he's just like looking at me, and then he like came up, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
And I'm just over here, Mister, haven't watched a lot of the Clone Wars, like.
And then he died though. He died so soon. Spoiler alert. Sorry for everybody who didn't watch it. Too late. It's been out for like a few weeks now. Oh well. Listen,
Ruined it.
I feel at this point like it's kind of like Game of Thrones. When Game of Thrones ended and stuff, if you didn't watch it within a week, too bad. You're gonna get spoilers. Too bad.
Speaking of which, we still got to watch the new Spider-Man movie.
We do.
And the new Matrix movie.
I know, but still, like, I was excited. I was excited for him. Like, I almost wanted it to end with, like a cliff, like, almost like a cliffhanger, because then there was kind of more hanging on that he was going to be back.
I'm pretty sure that scowling and, like, what would you call this? Like, is there a word for teeth showing? Evil grinning?
Sure.
Malevolent grinning. I'm pretty sure was like 20% of Cad Bane's character in that show. I'll kill you, and I'm gonna look like I'm gonna kill you. It was like a blue Clint Eastwood on crystal meth.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Sneer. That's a good
Sneer.
word. That's a damn good word. I had to break out my Thesaurus Rex. And just keep it right here. What the hell is... I don't English so good, so... So any adjustments to make to that one? Or are we calling this the...
I think we're calling this our tier. I think this is... I'm satisfied with this tier.
So I post this on Twitter later with the only tier ranking you'll ever need, and if you disagree, you are wrong?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we'll need to decide what we're gonna do next week. What are we thinking? Should we give a teaser? What park do we want to rank next week?
I'll tell you what.
I don't think it should be Hollywood Studios.
Lame.
No, here's why. Here's why. Oh, and Slam wants a quick rundown. So here's the only reason I don't think Hollywood Studios is because I feel like we need to save. To me, that's the best, and I think we should save the best for last.
I respectfully disagree.
No?
No, Epcot is the GOAT.
Oh, I do love Epcot.
Epcot is the greatest theme park of all time. You cannot change my mind.
Okay, so do you want to do Hollywood Studios next, and then Animal Kingdom, and then Epcot? Or
Yes
do you
and
want
no.
to do Animal Kingdom next?
That's going to be a quick episode. Because the attractions list at Animal Kingdom is going to be short.
The rides aren't that. I mean, here's the thing. The rides and the attraction... We could almost combine Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios together next week. Because there isn't a lot at Animal Kingdom. And while Hollywood Studios does have a bunch as comparative to Magic Kingdom, it doesn't.
We'll take a look. And I guess we'll have to sort of...
So it might be Animal Kingdom next week. It might be Hollywood Studios. It might be both. All right, so rundown here. We did not rank Enchanted Tales with Belle,
Because
which
they're
is
not
a
doing
meet
it.
and greet thing, and they're not doing that. We did not rank the...
Whatchamacallit Railroad. Because they are also not running it.
They are not running it. We didn't rank the Country Bear Jamboree.
Because the last time that both of us went to it, we were too young to remember.
And we haven't gone to it recently.
No, I didn't even, I think we just walked right by it this time.
We did. Because it was over by... Isn't that over by Pecos Bill? And
it is.
It's like
right across the street from
And we were just disappointed that Pecos Bill was already closed.
It was like 7 o'clock at night.
I know, when they shut it down.
That was really heartbreaking because that is, if you want to get one of the best bang for your buck meals on Disney property, Pecos Bill is sort of like a classier Taco Bell. Like, you can get infinite food for $5.
We only bought 2 entrees and it fed 5 people when we
No
went
joke.
with the family.
Massive. And it's tasty. It's serviceable.
I enjoyed it.
It's a quick service.
See, you make out when you get, because you get like the tacos or whatever you're getting, and then you hit up the toppings bar, which is like so many toppings. So by the time you add in all the toppings and everything, like it feeds a lot. And in general, and I'm sure we can make a food episode too, like your portions for the most part and what you're getting, like there are some items where Disney would totally rip you for money and it's just not worth it. But for the most part, I feel like what you're spending, you're getting value for, even in those smaller portions. Even especially like Epcot during like the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah. And those were even a lot smaller.
And yeah, like they're smaller, but you're still getting, like, look at the Schinken noodling that I got that I freaking love.
Say that 5 times fast.
Schinken noodling. But it was like $5 and it was totally worth it for the portion that we got. All right. So anyways, ride once, we have, the Manatee Party. We have Aladdin.
Dumbo.
We have the Dumbo.
Barnstormers.
We have Tomorrowland Speedway and Prince Charming's Regal Carousel. And the only reason most of those we ranked all ride once is because they're pretty typical ride this at every park kind of thing. It's the same sort of thing.
Pretty much every theme park you can think of has some version of this just reskinned.
And Tomorrowland Speedway got knocked down from It's Okay to Ride Once because it needs an overhaul. It's go-karts. It's tracked go-karts. And they do have potential to do more. They just don't. It's okay. We got Astro Orbiters, which is similar to...
a lot of the Ride Once rides.
However, with the twist, because you got that elevation, that second floor, third floor, like height. Mm-hmm. And it is kind of cooler. People Mover.
Soft spot in our heart. We rode it twice. Mm-hmm. Once in daytime and once during the Christmas event.
Carousel Progress and Hall of Presidents.
Both are sort of like
oldies. Kids may or may not like them. I enjoy them as apparently a boomer now. And fall back for Hall of Presidents is if you need a rest. It's a perfect place to take a goddamn nap. And I have.
And air conditioned.
Yes.
Blessed AC.
And Pirates of the Caribbean because...
it has barely changed since the 50s.
Then pretty cool. We have Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin.
Carnival game shooty shoot thing, but with a little bit more presentation.
And the only reason we didn't put that is almost there, and it's pretty cool because there is a similar Toy Story one that is higher tiered than that one.
Spoiler alert.
Well, we already talked about it. It's not that much of a spoiler. They can go back and watch this. We already talked about it.
Replay value in a video with me. You're adorable.
Enchanted Tiki Room, because holds a spot in my heart, and I will not let us put it at. It's okay.
I personally want to put it at almost there, but I objectively know that it's not.
Well, that's the thing. I know that it's not as well, but I mean, I love it.
Feel Our Magic.
We also have Under the Sea. Mm-hmm. The Peter Pan's Flight. It's a Small World. Winnie the Pooh. What is that actually called? Is it just called Winnie the Pooh? I'm looking
The Many
here.
Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, it is the whole thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. And Splash Mountain. almost there. I'm going to go work backwards on this one. Is Jungle Cruise, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and Mike's Laugh Floor, which is so close to S tier for me.
And features Billy Crystal, which is always a win.
I know, but that one's just funny.
Hey, Verbal, have fun storming the castle.
Verbal would totally be that guy.
Oh, he... I could see it. I didn't think that first, but I could see it.
No, I'm kidding. Now every time I think of that ride, I'm gonna think of Verbal. Well, that show as with Verbal.
That guy. See, I'm gonna get my my three video thing going like Verbal has. I'm just gonna have the caption "that guy" under.
You have to make sure you use their font though,
Yeah.
like that guy.
Which is probably like a Times New Roman bold.
That's
And-
my favorite part, though. I want to be that guy.
That guy.
That girl.
And they keep going, like throughout the entire thing, they keep going back to, and don't be like that guy. Unless, of course, you're that guy. And it becomes a big revolving joke. You know how I love revolving jokes.
I know. And then S tier, we have Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, and my favorite, Haunted Mansion.
Didn't work because I was wearing the green screen gloves.
Verbal said, don't be like
Don't be
Verbal.
like Verbal. Hashtag Verbal sucks.
Oh, stop.
What? He'll be the first to tell you. So yeah, so that's our S tier. See?
All right, so
I think that's pretty solid.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think you're right. Most of the mountains are, just by virtue of being mountains, S tier. So yeah, that's our story and we're sticking to it. I guess it would help a lot. Question is, where does this little segment that we have go from here?
Well, we already know we're doing one next week.
The question is, what exactly we're doing next week? Which I think is going to take a little research.
Yeah, I think if we have enough to fill, I think there was 28 total for this. So if there's 28 between the two, we'll combine them.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, so it will either be Animal Kingdom next week or it will be Hollywood Studios. And then if we don't combine them, whichever we didn't do will be the week after. Oh wait, you have drill that week. Oh, you should be home though, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, and it's on a Sunday, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, so whichever one we don't do will be the other one, and Epcot will be the last one because we are saving the best for last. So.
And Shred has already come up with our title for us, which is 100% a fact. Epcot is 100% the best Disney park. You cannot change my mind. No matter how much coercion, force, or money you throw my way, you will never change my mind. It always has been my favorite and always will be my favorite. It has the best damn festivals, too.
Mm-hmm. Although, you know how
Farts?
Flower and Garden... No, Farts just is ending or just ended.
Oh, which
Flower and
is
Garden.
short for Festival of the Arts.
Flower and Garden is starting soon.
Food and Wine was amazing.
It was.
That was a damn good time.
But Flower and Garden has the Orange Bird. Lots of Orange Bird merchandise.
Yeah, so you're going to be all set.
I might break our bank.
Shred, have you even been to Drill since you've been back? Or did you do not pass go straight to RO progression, do not collect $2 million? Yeah, Epcot and food go together like lamb and tuna fish. Just absolute chef's kiss. S tier.
Ridiculous.
That's what you paid me for.
Oh, he said he broke his leg, remember?
That's right, you did. You did. Nerd. So, you got anything to add?
I don't think so. I think we're good with our tier.
Coming soon to social media near you.
Yep, we will post it and post the link to this video. And tune in next Sunday at 8 o'clock for
Whatever the hell
the
we decide
mystery
to do.
stream. Hollywood Studios or Animal Kingdom or both, and whatever ears we're wearing next week, because it will be a different set of ears.
If we do Hollywood Studios, you're wearing ears. Like a pleb.
Oh. We will be wearing something.
Some sort of headgear.
To match whatever the theme is. So. And I have plenty of ears.
It's true. Can vouch, 100%. Just got tons of ears.
I have a whole stack just sitting right here because I was trying to figure out what Jason was going to wear.
Not that there is anything that exists off frame, because this is reality.
This is it.
Yeah, this is not a green screen. I'm actually sitting in front of a giant tarp with my logo on it.
That makes sense.
Cost a fortune. Spared no expense. So I think we're going to call it there.
I think so.
So until next time, friends, we'll see you.